Hey y'all, my name is Nate. Welcome to the Edge Show. This is episode 9, I believe, and it's going to be a simple episode. So, if you're someone like me that appreciates high quality steel blades, uses them on the daily, lives by them, or like me also, makes them, this is the show for you. So, it's going to be a simple one this week. Last week we talked about fixed blade tomahawks or tomahawks and why they're actually a really good utility tool for bushcraft. This week, I'm going to talk to my fellow bladesmiths out there, the beginner or stock removal. Challenge yourself. It's going to be a short, simple episode, guys. Sometimes we forget to challenge ourselves, and that is where we learn the most. So if you have been doing your first stock removal knife, didn't come out the best, or your first forge knife didn't come out the best, take some time today, do some research and development. First and key word of that is research, okay? YouTube. If I can answer any questions for you, please let me know. I am all about the teaching aspect of this profession, and it's one of the things I enjoy the most. Um, Research, different style of how to do something. Learn how to do bolsters, learn how to do guards. Learn the different metals you could be working with. But most of all, you need to try something. You need to challenge yourself, and this is what I mean. My wife gave me the challenge a month ago of seeing if I can do a knife in 5 hours. I just want to show you something here. If you follow the Colorado Custom and Blades Facebook page, this knife I'm about to show you is actually a raffle knife, and it's the challenge knife. This is the time that I stopped it at yesterday. 5 hours and 9 minutes was when I put the blade in the oven. Forged it out of a 1/4 inch thick steel, a little under 8.5 inches, and it was not that wide. I stretched this thing in different directions, and we have a beautiful bushcraft knife. This is ready for assembly right now. This is heat treated. Did a tip test on it. It was Apex. Normally I don't heat treat knives with a tip. I was just racing against the time, and it was a time challenge, and but I still got a little bit of a tip. I lost the apex of it. Not too worried about it. No cracks, no splitting in half, no nothing. Chipped the concrete. This is the challenge that my wife gave me, that I did this in 5 hours. Forged it, did all the work on it, shaped the scales, did the texturing on the scales, cut the pins, all that fun stuff. And 5 hours. 5 hours and 9 minutes. Even though I didn't complete it entirely. I did the same challenge last year, and it was at 12 hours. 12 hours. I'm at 5 hours and 9 minutes. And within the hour, I'll have this ferric chlorided, fixing a little bit of one of the bevels are off on one side. It's not because of a bend or a warp or twist or any of that. And I should be gluing this up and letting that epoxy set. And this will be done and probably being sharpened tonight. What she was trying to challenge me to do is really not 5 hours, but I can do a knife in a day. If I put my mind to it, I can do a knife in 1 day. And that is anybody that's been doing this for X amount of years or months, or really know what goes into knife making, that is not an easy feat to do. In 7+ years doing this now, at somewhere near or above 200 knives, that is not easy to do at all. But I'm damn proud of myself. I had a slow start to the day entirely, but I am proud of myself. I earned my sleep last night, that is for sure, because I'm also working on 2 other order knives, kitchen knives here, and my first paring knife and kind of a choppy, slicey thing that you'll be able to see on Facebook, Instagram. I need to do a photo dump on Instagram. But anyways, challenge yourself, guys. This is not me just showing you my work. It is giving you encouragement that this is not about you chasing this as a profession. If you're just doing it as a hobbyist or someone that wants to make good quality steel blades and you don't want to support a bladesmith like myself, you can do this if you put your mind to it. Trial and error are going to be your greatest teachers. Failure is going to be your greatest teachers. It's figuring out how you failed, why you failed, and how you can correct it. That's the biggest thing in bladesmithing. That's the biggest thing in knife making. Quality blades take time to make. I'm not just showing myself off like, ooh, I could have been on Forged with Fire or anything like that. My Forged with Fire challenge is every single time I'm on that anvil, making a quality blade. If I can nail that whole blade without any issues, which is unheard of because a true craftsman finds a mistake and hides it or corrects it without it being shown. This was to show me that, hey, challenge for 5 hours, yeah, I'm game. I did a lot. I didn't choose an easy build. I did not choose an easy, straight, drop point, typical bushcraft build. I chose kind of a curvy blade, has some narrowing and tapering to it, has a nice curve back here for chopping. I just find that's the style for when you're chopping. Go and push yourself to failure. That's really what this was. I failed the time parameters, but I did not fail the journey of getting to this point and having a solid heat treat, because that's number one. You can make a beautiful blade all you want, have all the assemblies and all that stuff, but if your heat treat is not there, this blade does not have a soul. It is not a tool that is functionable, that has reliability behind it. So go and push yourself this week, today, whenever you see this, from bladesmith, knife maker, to the person that's a hobbyist or like myself, doing this as a profession. Push yourself to your limits of failure, because that's really where you learn. All right, guys, God bless. Keep your edges sharp. We'll see you next week. Also, by the way, if you have any bladesmiths you recommend out there that'd be willing to do an interview, because I did not do one this month, please let me know. I really would love to reach out to them and talk to them, see if they'd be interested in being on the show. All right, guys, God bless. We'll see you next week. Keep your edges sharp.